What is up, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today we're doing a new Eversim update video. So this is going to be talking about both the 2023 edition of Power and Revolution as well as 4th Generation Warfare. If you guys want to know when I have details on the Power and Revolution 2023 edition, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below what your thoughts on this video are. But let's go ahead and get into it. Most of this is going to be talking about 4th Generation Warfare. However, I do have some information on Power and Revolution for you guys, but I will stick that toward the end since I have more information on 4th Generation Warfare. So I got an email this morning from Louis Marie Verquez, so thank you so much to Louis Marie for continuing our relationship and just interacting with this channel. I'm really glad that he is able to do so. He said, I would like to inform you that today or tomorrow we will be releasing a 2023 update for 4th Generation Warfare. And going into 4th Generation Warfare, this is the update that they are about to release either again today or tomorrow. This update offers new features, patches, and improvements, but most of all, an entirely new scoring system. In response to player requests, we have implemented a score calculation which is much more clear and makes more predictable decisions for the player. It features a better balance between the different categories of scores, but also allows gains and losses to be based on direct actions of the player. What's more, certain rules regarding score gains have been modified to favor the most strategic decisions. And then a summary of the new features of the 2023 edition of 4th Generation Warfare is that the game starts on the 1st of January 2023. It updates the heads of state and political alignments in Brazil, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Iran. And it says it has a more balanced and improved system for calculating scores. Now there are no more indirect impacts on the player's score because of an opponent's actions on the economy or diplomatic relations. An example of this is that the market share loss of a player due to a contract between two other players does not change the player's score. If an opponent declares war on the player, the latter's score will remain unchanged despite the negative impact of a war on their diplomatic relations. Other modifications and adjustments include popularity, which goes into gains and losses in score regarding the popularity of the head of state have been reduced so that the aspect is better balanced with other means of increasing the score. With war, gains and losses in score regarding wars still depend on conquering territories, but are now calculated on a fixed value according to the type of conquest. You gain a certain amount by capturing a production site, and another whenever you capture a city, region, capital, etc. In diplomacy, gains and losses in score regarding diplomacy now vary according to the current diplomatic alignment. If relations improve with a country that is currently unfavorable, then an increase in score will be higher than with a country that is already very favorable. Similarly, a loss in diplomatic alignment with a very favorable country will result in a greater decrease in score than with a country that is already unfavorable. And in economy, gains and losses in score regarding economy have been reduced, and there are fewer factors likely to change it so that players have better control over the economic score. And then an addition of a continue button on the victory screen to continue the game after the objective has already been completed. An addition of an advanced option in which the game score is calculated solely on the completion of secret objectives. Bug corrections include correcting the ability to cancel an ongoing action or to give another order to a character who is performing another action with repeat this action and for all targets of this type enabled. The next one is military units ordered to return to base will no longer be stuck if the base they are attempting to reach is full. Corrected the problem in updating the display when the character acquires several different objects at the same time. Characters taken prisoner after a military captures a city now appear inside the city when they have been incarcerated. Corrected the audio message that says the wrong country whenever country at war surrenders. We're now able to change the status of a UN member in DNA mode. Psychological profile discrete is now available in a list of profiles when you want to modify a character's profile in DNA mode. In DNA mode, right-clicking on a territory now displays the correct country's information. When modifying the casus belli value in DNA mode, it does not revert to the original value after closing the window. And then lastly, it is once again possible for the commando to separate from their unit and rejoin it without being blocked. So for that's all we have on the 2023 edition for 4th Generation Warfare. So any of you guys that do play 4th Generation Warfare, would you guys actually want to see more 4th Generation Warfare on this channel? I've actually seen a couple of big channels that have been playing it, and there was actually one, I can't remember who made it, but they made one of the funniest videos on it because of just how wacky and buggy the game was whenever they played it. So it's kind of interesting. I kind of like it because it's a little more investigative and a little more micromanagey. And it's way different from, operating as a country, except you're literally just playing as a set of characters. So I'm actually going to try to see if I can play it at least once coming up. But as for the 2023 edition of Power and Revolution, we do have some news on that. However, it's going to be very short because I don't have any information on it. But at the very beginning of this email, he basically said, we are currently working on the 2023 edition for Power and Revolution. He said that the release is not planned before May or June, and that he cannot unveil anything at this moment about content for the 2023 edition. So really, that's all I have, because he immediately goes into 4th generation warfare. That's kind of why I talked about 4th generation warfare first, because there was a lot more information that he gave me on 4th generation warfare than he did for the 2023 edition of Power and Revolution. So again, he said that the release for the 2023 edition of Power and Revolution is not planned before May or June of 2023. So we're not going to get it until the summer, unfortunately. Usually it's kind of like they would release it normally in normal circumstances before COVID. They would release it around I think the earliest was February. But actually, no, the earliest was January 20th. But the last ones that they've been making, a lot of those came out in April. I think the latest was May or something like that. So maybe the fact that it's taking them a little bit longer, there's a possibility that there's going to be a heck of a lot of features in this, that it's taking them until the summer to release this. So hopefully, and that's what I actually was saying I think in the Discord server, is that Eversim has to come out swinging this year. I mean, we're going to see World Warfare and Economics come out in sometime during the summer as well. So both of them are going to be directly competing with each other, I think. And Eversim is going to have to come out swinging, because if they don't and they kind of release a mellow update with this one, they're not going to fare that well. And I think that World Warfare and Economic could beat them out. Features-wise, detail-wise, I think Eversim still kind of takes the cake on it. But at the same time, there's a lot more competition that they're having to compete with. And they, again, with this edition, they need to be coming out with a flamethrower, burning everything in their path. They need to make sure that this edition is going to smack as hard as it did with the 2019 edition, I think it was. Yeah, it was the 2019 edition. The best ones, in my opinion, I think was 2019. It was 2018, 2019, 2021, and 2022. 2022 is the best one that they have released so far, and I'm really glad that they've made 4 or 5 updates out of it. Whenever usually they would do 2 and then just call it a day. But yeah, again, Eversim, really hoping that you guys are going to be coming out swinging this year, and you got a lot of competition to be able to compete with, and you guys still take the cake. But again, you got to be able to compete this year. But that's all I have for today. Just kind of a short video. Looks like around 10 minutes, maybe a couple of minutes less after editing. But yeah, I just wanted to get this out to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.